Hi, my name is David Whitfield, and today I'd like to talk to you about an increasing problem in the United States of America: cell phone etiquette. Have you ever been in a long line waiting what seemed like hours and hours on end, and the person in front of you and behind you is engrossed in a conversation all to their own, but yet they're including you in their personal life? With the increase of cell phones on the rise, this problem is more and more likely to become on the rise also. With 90% of the population owning cell phones, that leaves a lot of rudeness to be allowed. And 4 out of 10 people every day will encounter some type of cell phone rudeness, whether it be interrupted by a text or a telephone call or some annoying melody. I've experienced this trouble myself, and I would like to share it today with the knowledge that I've come to research. Today I'd like to talk to you about the right way to handle a cell phone call in public, as well as the annoying audio problems associated with a cell phone. Let's start by suggesting a few rules we can take to answering the cell phone in public. All this information comes to you from a PBS website entitled The Definitive Guide to Cell Phone No-Nos, written by Mark Lasser. It is important to know the right way to answer the cell phone in public. First, try not to answer the cell phone when you're conversing with one other person. It is rude. It is unacceptable. I mean, if you are answering the cell phone while you're talking to somebody else, that just sends the message that they're not that important. And another thing I've noticed is try not to wear the earpiece. Have you ever seen anybody walking up and down the road or, the sidewalk just talking to themselves? And you're beginning to wonder, are they crazy? Then you see the little, little thing attached to their ear. And you don't know whether to approach that person or just stay away. And try to be aware of the areas where you're not supposed to talk on the cell phone, for instance in church, the public classroom, or the movies. I mean, I've even seen people answer the cell phone in movies. I mean, that's rude. Now let's move on to the problems associated with the audio levels of the cell phone. How many annoying melodies do you hear a week? Quite a few. Right. And sometimes people, they'll even let somebody call them over and over again just so they can hear that. A lot of times they're vulgar and even sometimes inappropriate. And knowing when to silence your cell phone, to me, that's the most important key factor, because if you would do that, then you can avoid a lot of other problems associated with this. And controlling your volume while you're on the cell phone is very important too. I mean, I know there's going to be times where you have to take a call. I mean, you may be EMS, you may be in emergency services somewhat. You can always put it on vibrate, walk outside the room, and take the call. There's nothing more annoying than listening to somebody else's conversation. A lot of business deals could be, gone bad. So all you got to do is follow somebody around you and listen to everything they're saying.
It's the handling situation pretty well.
Now let's review the 2 points that I've talked about. Today I've talked about the right way to handle a cell phone call in public, as well as the audio problems associated with the cell phone call. After hearing what I've talked about today, I think we all could go out and have a little bit more proper cell phone etiquette, as well as the proper way to handle yourself in public when talking to others. Do you have any questions?
Ask a question.
Thank you very much for your time today, and that will conclude this speech.